That's Adele belting out Skyfall, creeping up on you there is actually what it's doing. It's Michael Patrick Shiels, radio stations across the state of Michigan on the morning after the Academy Awards. And Ron VanTimmeren from Celebration Cinemas, we all knew that movie was going to win Best Song in a Motion Picture, and it did. And only moments after Shirley Bassey got up and sang the old one, Goldfinger, and the 007 salute. What are your immediate reactions? What do you think about yesterday's show?
Well, good morning, Michael Patrick.
Thank you.
I think it went pretty much by the book. There were a couple of surprises, like Ang Lee winning for Best Director, although that race was wide open because Ben Affleck wasn't there. And then maybe adapted screenplay. Argo certainly deserved it, but everybody thought Lincoln was going to at least win that one.
That was a surprise to me. Christoph Waltz winning supporting actor was a surprise for Django Unchained.
Yeah, you know what? But that category was so stacked. I mean, any one of those guys, Tommy Lee Jones, Philip Seymour Hoffman, De Niro, Alan Arkin. I mean, all of them past winners, all of them big names in the business. So there was nobody going to quibble about Christoph Waltz, and I loved his character. I think I would have voted for Django Unchained as my best picture, but love the fact that Argo won. Love the fact that Jennifer Lawrence and Daniel Day-Lewis won, and all those theaters or all those movies still playing in theaters around America.
What did you think of Seth MacFarlane as a host?
Good, okay. I mean, he started right off with that Tommy Lee Jones joke, and I thought that was pretty good. And, some of the singing and dancing stuff I can live without. And, a song about Saw Your Boobs? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't work for me.
Want to hear a little more of that? We got some Tony Cuthbert's. He's just waiting to play that song again. This is Seth MacFarlane, and he actually had the song from the movie Ted was nominated for Best Song. And maybe this one's the one they should have entered because it might have had a better chance to win.
We saw your boobs. We saw your boobs. In the movie that we saw your boobs. Meryl Streep, we saw your boobs in Silkwood. Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive.
And these poor women are sitting there, and they keep cutting to them while he's singing their names. Yeah, I mean, you didn't want to turn it off because you didn't know what the heck was going to happen next.
Right, but I don't think they had to hit the red button all night. I actually thought Daniel Day-Lewis had the best joke. I wasn't prepared for it, but his Margaret Thatcher joke with Meryl Streep I thought was the funniest thing in the night.
Yeah, where he said they were going to switch roles and he was supposed to play Margaret Thatcher.
I thought that was a good one.
He's pretty lighthearted for seeming to be a very serious actor.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You weren't expecting it, and yet he did give a very gracious speech and thanked his wife and his mother and, of course, all the other nominees. So he did a great job.
Okay, so you're going to give him the thumbs up for and poor Jennifer Lawrence falling down when she went up there to get her award. Did you gasp like everyone else did?
I had to rewind it because I didn't really see her do it. I thought it was funny at the press conference afterwards. Somebody asked her what happened, and she went, "Did you see the dress?" It's like, of course I tripped going up the stairs with that big buffalo on the thing. Yeah,
I don't know how anybody can move around, but they're all wearing someone famous, whether it's the jewelry or the dresses, and it's all part of the show.
Yeah, and then women looked smashing. I mean, even Charlize Theron with short hair.
Yeah, she did steal the show. It seemed like yesterday she got a lot of attention. I thought the presenters were pretty good. Some of them were. The whole thing with the Avengers, I thought, fell flat. That was rather awkward, didn't you think?
Yeah, exactly. You got all that talent up on stage, and I know they're reading from a script and all that, but they gave them some pretty weak material, and so yeah, when you have all that talent, you got to do something with it.
How about William Shatner's little deal there?
Did that go on too long or what?
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. I mean, it set up MacFarlane's bits there pretty well, but.
It was funny for a minute, and then it's like time to get on, but we want to see some awards. We want to see, how it's all going to go down. And it didn't end until just about after midnight, so a lot of people may not know, but the Argo was the Best Picture winner. You predicted that last week, and you were right.
Yeah, and like I said last week, it had the momentum from all of the Guild wins that it had. First time since '89 when Best Picture was a film that didn't have a director attached to it. That was Driving Miss Daisy. It's only happened 4 times in the history of Oscar that a Best Picture did not have a Best Director nomination.
Do you think that Zero Dark 30 got kind of left out in the cold?
Yeah, it did. I guess that's no surprise, although I thought Jessica Chastain had a chance and maybe for screenplay. But, yeah, there were no big, huge number of Oscars for any one picture, so I'm surprised it didn't get spread out as thin as Zero Dark 30, but somebody had to.
This is Christoph Waltz accepting, and it was right out of the gate, the first big award that they gave out after they got William Shatner off there for a Best Supporting Actor, Christoph Waltz for Django Unchained. This audio you're going to hear, this gets my award for Speech of the Night.
You scaled the mountain because you're not afraid of it. You slay the dragon because you're not afraid of it, and you cross through fire because it's worth it. I borrowed my character's words. Sorry, couldn't resist.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
He is so talented, and the two of them, Tarantino and Christoph Waltz, I hope they keep making great movies. Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained, 2 of my favorites of all time.
Yeah. How about Anne Hathaway, too? And she got criticized at the Golden Globes for being... Here's what Anne Hathaway sounded like yesterday when she accepted the award for Best Supporting Actress.
It came true. Thank you so much to the Academy for this and for nominating me with Helen Hunt, Jackie Weaver, Amy Adams, and Sally Field. I look up to you all so much, and it's just been such an honor. Thank you.
A bit breathy again, but I like those words, it came true.
Yeah, and she had a big finish on it, too, comparing her movie fantasy world with the real world, and apparently she had a speechwriter for that, according to the gossip, and but she had an awful
She was
lot of
ready then
names
to win
thank,
it.
and